Right guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. I would just like to first apologise for being inactive for so long. I've just not really had the drive to do any streaming, but I'm back now. I'm we haven't streamed or recorded for a long time, and this was the main game that that I used to stream, and well, I put a fair few of the streams up on my YouTube account, which is obviously where this is going. So I thought, you know what, let's get back into it and let's start off with some Euro Truck Simulator. Now, I would like to say a few things have changed. We have this Scania now. It's the S730, I want to say. We've got it in a 6x4 configuration. It's got a 1,000 litre tank, and as you can see, it is properly kitted out. Now, the colour scheme on it is ever so slightly different, and the reason why is because I've since joined a virtual trucking company. Now, that virtual trucking company is called Compass Kings Trucking, and that is who I'm with. Now, if any of you guys have been looking to join a VTC, then this would be a great one to join, because we're all sort of really friendly on there, have a bit of fun, a bit of banter, and it's enjoyable over sort of a like you have to do it. It's put in the miles that you can. There's a set amount of miles, which is 5,000. But if you don't think you can do that in a month, then you let them know. You can set a slightly different target that will work for you, and that's that. But I've got to say, 5,000 miles on this game in a month isn't that hard to do. But it is really good, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I thought, now that we've got everything sorted, I will show you the garage that I've got so far. There's only 3 trucks in it. Got 2 others as well as this one. But nonetheless, I thought I'd show you what we've got. Right, so as you can see, we have 3 trucks up here. We have the Volvo FH, we have the Scania S730, and we have the new DAF trucks as well, one of the new DAF trucks. Now, you will have to excuse the daily profit on the Volvo. That is from where I've been driving with my mates. We're a bit stupid, have a bit of fun though. It's all a bit of a laugh. But nonetheless, it's with another driver at the minute. I'm currently driving my Scania, they're driving the Volvo, and we've got another driver, Dave, driving the DAF. So it isn't too bad, and we're earning a decent amount of money per week. It is 203,000 per 7 days. Now, I have just gone and bought a new garage, like the upgraded garage as well, which is ideal. Means then we can get 2 extra trucks now. But that's all in good time, because we only have 23,000 and we still have a couple of loans to pay off. But I think I might just let them ride and just let them pay themselves off over the next couple of next coming days. But yeah, I think without any further ado, we get into it and start a job. So we are currently in the Czech Republic, and I thought, you know what, as I've got all the DLCs now, bar I think it's the Russia DLC, which hasn't come out yet. Why don't we take a look and explore Italy a little bit? Let's go a little bit further down and sort of go see what's about. So we've got a job from the Czech Republic to Italy now. So let's, if I can actually get the truck started, let's crack on. Now, I have missed streaming and recording quite a lot. It's one of those things I really did quite enjoy, because it was something that I did not because it was something I wanted to make money on, but it was something I just enjoyed doing, and it was nice to be able to sort of interact with you guys and enjoy myself while doing some trucking. but I will hopefully be starting this with a mate soon, who has just also gone and got a new PC. I am going to be getting his old one that he had, which consists of a Ryzen 3 3200G, a GTX 1050, and such likes, and it should be pretty decent, and I'll be using that as a secondary streaming PC, as it then allows me to let this computer do all the work when it comes to playing the games, and then it leaves plenty of room for the other PC to do whatever it needs to do to get going, to sort of supply the stream. Now that is much better for me, because as you can see in the top left, I have on there, it shows my current CPU, GPU usage and RAM usage. The RAM and the GPU, or the graphics processing unit, they are relatively so they're fine, because I have 24 gigs of RAM, and it's just plenty. But my issue is my CPU. Now for doing streaming, it's struggling a little bit, as you can tell, but when I get the secondary PC, it will have no issues whatsoever, and you will see that usage go right down to about 30%. It's more as I said, it's when it's trying to handle the stream, because I do software encoding instead of hardware. Now my graphics card will allow me to use the NVENC encoder, but it can give a significant hit. Oh, thank you. It can give a significant hit to performance. So, I'm at the wrong place. Darn it. That's irritating. But yeah, it's the software encoding. I found looks a little bit better than the hardware encoder. And seems to run a bit smoother. So what I can do then is just let the secondary PC do the encoding, software encoding, handle everything else, and I then won't have to worry. It also means then I haven't got to worry about any interruptions from Windows or whatever, or if I want to change something on the fly, it makes things a lot easier. So that is my reasoning for it. So hopefully that PC should be coming in a couple of weeks. Once it arrives, I'll be setting it up straight away to do whatever I need it to do. And that will be that. Alright, bear with me a second guys while I get this all sorted, and I will be back with you. Right, so we are all sorted, all coupled up, ready to go. I will show you what we are pulling. I'll just come out of my base, you can see a bit better. Nothing major, just a fairly standard trailer. It's good, it's fine though. Truck looks really nice, to be fair. I've got to say, the livery that they use does look quite decent, so I'm glad that I'm using it. But yeah, anyway, back to where we were. My mate will be joining me on creating videos and streaming, as I think it'd be it's just quite nice to have someone else playing games while on the stream, or while recording, because it gives you guys someone else to listen to rather than just listening to me ramble on, and it provides a bit more entertainment. So some slightly more funny content is I've got to say, we do come up with some interesting comments, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's just nice to have multiple people on the stream, and sort of as I start to grow and people want to join, I will let more people join. They can, as long as they've got the game that we're playing that day, I can quite happily join. Why not? It's nice to have multiple people, but it's just if anyone does start messing about, I will probably most likely, well, yeah, no, I'll most likely kick them, just because I don't want any troubles or anything like that on stream. Don't know why I kept indicating that, but yeah, I don't really want any troubles on stream or anything. But yeah, it's all in due time. It's just I need to figure out a schedule that's going to work for me, mainly because of college and such likes. At the minute, unfortunately, I am having to isolate because I've got coronavirus. Not fun, but there you go. It's one of those things. I've got it now, and I've just got to work through it. But that's fine. I'm okay. I've not really got any major symptoms. I've just got a slight cold, which is actually sort of pretty much gone now, which is nice. So it shouldn't interrupt the journey too much. But yeah, it's really, for me, it's not affected me too much. I'm quite glad about that, because it means then I'm able to still carry on doing stuff. I'm still able to start my recordings back, and I'm still able to do things outside that need to be done. It hasn't stopped me from doing what I would like and what I need to do. So that's fine, but as I said, I need to balance my sort of workflow between college and this, as if I sort of commit to streaming more often than I can, then it's going to become a bit of an issue. So it will take me probably a month or two just to figure out what's going to work. I reckon it'll probably be 2 to 3 days a week I stream, with the rest obviously me not streaming, but that's all to be figured out. Anyway, more about the truck. It's at the minute, it seems to be pulling it quite nicely. We are stuck behind someone, unfortunately, but it's just one of those things. Can't really do very much about that. I will be starting a time lapse soon, only because I know this can get quite boring, just me rambling on. So I will start up a time lapse for a little while. Reconvene partway through. I reckon I'm probably gonna have to stop for fuel on this journey, because it is it was like 850-mile journey, something like that. So it's a decent sized journey. We'll get a fair amount of recording time out of it. Oh, that's the gear I want. But yeah, I mean, I'm 17 minutes into trying to sort this video. Like 5 or 6 minutes of it is me just trying to start it and sort of getting through a few technical issues. I'm still sorting out the green screen behind me, so you can see other side, you can see a little bit of flickering on this side. I'm still trying to figure that out at the minute, but it's fine. It will, as I said, it will all get sorted over time. Games wise as well, that's a big thing. Games wise, I will be playing this a lot. I'll try and do a bit of Farming Simulator here and there. One that I want to try is Control. I'm pretty sure the game's called. That looks like a really good game actually, but I never really got into it when I first got it, but it's because I've never really been into sort of I've been more into simulation and racing games. I haven't really got into story mode games, and that's something I would like to possibly do. If you guys want to see that, I will quite happily do so. But I will also be doing, as I said, the Euro Truck. I'll try and do Farming Simulator. I was going to finish the Joy of Creation off, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to do it. That last level is so difficult. I kid you not, it must have been like 6 or so hours on like just trying to complete it, but I just couldn't get through it. So it'll be something that I try to do. I might try and finish off at some point, as it is the last part of the game, I think. But I just need to see whether it's worth it because of how much time it takes. I think Markiplier, it took him three hours to do that one, 3 and a bit hours. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute. What's happened up here? Okay. Right, well that's a bit of an issue. Do you know what? Let's do this. Let's be a little bit sneaky. Shouldn't really do this, but I can't be bothered to plan another route, so we're just going to do this instead. As no one's coming the other way, we'll go off to the side, like so. Just go right out of the way. And we're fine. Sorted. It's just, I don't really know whether there's a better route or how long it's going to take, but instead I'm just going to crack on like this. But yeah, right, I think that's all for now. If I think of anything else to say, I will stop the time lapse. But I think we'll crack on, get a couple of 100 miles in, and reconvene. Catch you shortly.
She got a big ego, you could see it on a telescope. I'm the same way, it's why we always argue back and forth. I swear she my poison, at the same time my antidote. She the noose around my neck, I couldn't ask for a better rope. Hey. You like a time bomb, take it away. 30 seconds till you blow up, right in my face. I can't find one good reason to stay. So why do I wait and walk it away? You got me paralyzed. Go away, baby, take my life. 'Cause I don't wanna live if I'm living without you. Suicide love, take me out if you have to. You got me paralyzed. She a dime keeper in my pocket like some loose change. Drugs swerving on the 101 back to your place. One wrong turn, fantasize about the great escape. Hands off the wheel, close my eyes, let me meditate. You like a time bomb, take it away. 30 seconds till you blow up, right in my face. I can't find one good reason to stay. So why do I wait and walk it away? You got me paralyzed. Go away, baby, take my life. 'Cause I don't wanna live if I'm living without you. Suicide love, take me out if you have to. You got me paralyzed. You left your cupcake on my nightstand. Your favorite necklace is my right hand. Yeah, you were never a part of the plan, and it was all before it began. You got me paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. Go away, baby, take my life. 'Cause I don't wanna live if I'm living without you. Suicide love, take me out if you have to. You got me
Right guys, we're back. Now, at the minute, we have just under 500 miles to go. I reckon we might actually make this on one tank, because we're getting decent MPG at the minute. We're getting 7 miles per gallon out of this thing, and for a 700 horsepower truck, it's not bad. So, I'm pleased about that. So, we shouldn't, in theory, have to stop. Starting to get dark now. It's 5 to 8 at night in the game, not in real life. In real life it is 4:43, so it's still quite early in the, well, it's about mid afternoon. It's still very light outside, but yeah, no, it's all going quite well. Um, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we'll finish off this load. So we'll try and do about a load per video, because they'll all be a decent length. They'll all be about sort of 700 to 800 miles, hopefully. We'll try and do more in streams. We'll try and do a couple of hours over streams and see how it goes. But for now, sort of throughout the videos, we'll try and do about 700 or 800 mile journeys and go from there. Because that gives us it'll probably give you about half an hour on a video overall, which is, I think that's pretty good. 20 to 30 minutes. It allows for decent content. But I've got to say, it does look decent out there. Just the evenings on these games, the morning and the evenings on this game are incredible. It just looks so good. But I have got I've got it running at 4K with 125% resolution scaling, which with the GTX 1060 should tell you how well optimized this game is. I mean, don't get me wrong, the 1060 is still a very good card in 2021, but it is starting to show its age in some of the newer titles, where like a couple of years ago you'd be able to run high settings 1080p. It's more now medium. You look at medium settings in a game, sort of, actually no, I'll stay in this lane, but yeah, medium settings 1080p, or a mix of low and medium. My god, that's expensive. What was that, 39 euros for a toll? That's crazy. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, no, it is starting to show its age, and to be able to still get on it, all the sort of settings are cranked as well at 4K with 125% resolution scaling, to still get, when I'm not recording, about 70 to 80 FPS. It's between 60 and 80 FPS. That's pretty damn good. So I'm pleased about that. But yeah, as I said, sort of it is starting to show its age a little bit now in 2021. Oh, and I've gone past 62. Right, actually, that's something I'll bring up in a minute. But yeah, it's a good game. I think, even though it's, I think, nearly 10 years old, this game, it still looks really quite good. It's still got a really sort of decent, it's got a decent sized fan base backing it as well. They're still releasing fairly frequent updates. They're adding new content all the time. It just shows that this game's still very relevant, even nearly 10 years on. But going on to what I was saying about speed, if you were looking at the VTCs, the maximum speed you are allowed to do is 62 miles an hour. If you go over that, they count as race miles, unfortunately. So where I've now gone over 62 miles an hour, I reached 64 a minute ago. I unfortunately will be getting race miles for this, not normal miles, and you want more normal than race. But sometimes a mixture is good. So yeah, but here we are in Italy now. We just crossed the border, about 50 miles back, which is decent. We're getting through this job quite quickly now. Only 416 miles to go, so this job's going reasonably quickly. It's going very smoothly, no issues so far, but now that I've said that, there will be something. We've gone through quite a few tolls, I will say. I think we're about to hit another one. Yep, we are. We're about to hit another toll, unfortunately, which means I've got to spend more money. Not fun, but it's one of those things. We're going to get a decent payout at the end of it, so I'm not too bothered. It's just seems some of them just seem really expensive, especially 39 euros just to get through a toll. It's crazy. But countries have to make their money somehow, I guess. But yeah, I think what we'll do is carry on this time lapse, and I will catch up with you. Okay, yeah, you're just going to go barreling past me. Thank you very much. I will carry on this time lapse, and I will catch up with you shortly. I'll see you in a bit.
Hey, shady baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one. Well, your left hand's free and your right hand grip with another left hand watches right and slip. Swartz is gone. Single action on me. Oh, no. Well, your left hand's free and your right hand grip with another left hand watches right and slip. Swartz is gone. Oh, no. Neoomgg Wiz girl, you're the one for me. Though your man's bigger than I am, all my days he disagrees. Oh, no. Speak easy. Well, my left hand's free. Well, my left hand's free. Well, my left hand's free. Oh, no. Ain't shady, baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower. You're the chosen one. Well, your left hand's free. Well, my 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 left hand's free. Oh, no.
Here we go, guys. Only now 42 miles to go. Not too far left. Only an hour and 5 minutes in game time, so about another 5 or 6 minutes on here. So we've been going for on the recording for about an hour and a bit, hour and 5 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. So we're going for a little while now. And it's been decent, as I said, a very, very smooth journey. Nothing to sort of note really. Had a slight issue with traffic earlier when we were going through some roadworks. Apparently someone wouldn't let me in, so I had to suddenly slam on the brakes. But other than that, it's been a pretty decent journey overall. So I'm happy about that. Here we are though, coming up. It's a bit of an interesting thing because we are literally going there, and we've got to go right round some sort of weird roads, which isn't too much of an issue. Got another toll booth to go through. These things just seem to be never ending. But well, it's one of those things. We're not too far out now, thankfully. So as I said, it's been a fairly sort of relaxed journey with these videos. Fingers crossed, I should be producing them one day and then they'll be uploading overnight. I just need to say one thing: I don't know how often the videos are going to be. The videos will be when I can make them. The streams will probably, as I said, will be more scheduled, but it's when I can make them for the videos. At the minute I'm on half term, which is quite nice. So I haven't got college for a week. So I should be able to produce a few more videos, fingers crossed. But don't hold me to that comment, because there is no guarantee. It's all down to whether I can do it. But yeah, the sun is just starting to rise on this beautiful Italian morning. It does look, for a game, as I said, for a game that's 10 years old, I know I keep saying this, but it does look really, really good. So I'm quite pleased about that. Just heading over the motorway now that we just come off. Got a little roundabout and then our destination up ahead. So not too long at all now. Managed to do it on 1 tank of fuel. Got about an eighth of a tank, just under an eighth of a tank to spare. So we are running quite thin. Probably have another 150, 200 miles to go in the tank, and that would have been that. So no, not too bad, but probably should have filled up as well beforehand. But there you go. You learn as you go along. So far the frame rate is okay. It's been fluctuating quite a lot throughout the entire thing, which is a bit irritating. Now down to below 30 in places, which I don't normally have, which is just, this one of those things. I'll sort it out though. Get it sorted when that other PC comes, and we can just crack on then. Right, here we are though at the destination. Here we go. Sorry, I have to lean forward every time I want to sort of go into a menu, as my mouse is up there. Let's see, where are we going? That's our spot there. Right on the end. So let's get this thing spun round. Should be relatively simple parking, you'd hope. But then again, it does sometimes prove to be a bit more of a challenge than it needs to be. I will need to come forward ever so slightly. Yeah, you get some sort of parking challenges, and they're fairly simple, but you get some where they're a little bit more difficult, and then you get others where they should be relatively simple, and then you make it unnecessarily difficult for no apparent reason, because you just have a bit of an off day. But there we go, that is that. We are done. That is the end of that journey. So we did it in 16 hours 36 minutes, 833 miles, 545 litres of fuel consumed, and we got 55,000 for that. That means give it a couple more episodes, maybe not even that, depends on how much I play it outside of this. We might not have too long before we get a new truck. Let me know some suggestions down below. You've got the choice of Scania, you've got DAF, you've got Volvo, you've got MAN or MAN, you've got Mercedes, you've got Iveco, and you've got Renault to choose from. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any sort of suggestions to what you would like. So far we have a DAF, a Scania and a Volvo. If you'd like me to add to any of those, I am quite happy to do so. If you'd like me to get a different one like Mercedes, Iveco, Renault, MAN, anything like that, just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.